There comes a moment, quiet, still, undisturbed, where your soul rises above the noise of this world. In that moment, you ask yourself the question that echoes louder than any storm. Am I truly meant for greatness? You feel it. You've always felt it. A stirring in your spirit. A divine whisper behind every breath. Not one of vanity, not of greed, but of calling. You weren't born just to survive. You were born to reign. You weren't born to chase riches. You were born to attract them, to multiply them, to steward them. This isn't about money. It's about destiny. God's promise isn't empty. His word doesn't return void. If he says you're meant to be the head and not the tail, above and not beneath, then who are you to live small? You were born to walk through doors others can't see. You were created to sit at tables others said you'd never be invited to. It's not arrogance. It's alignment. And it starts with understanding this one powerful truth. God has already promised you wealth. Not just material, but spiritual. Not just in your bank account, but in your mind, your heart, your soul, your legacy. And when you align yourself with that truth fully, deeply, boldly, everything begins to change. Your mindset is the soil where God plants his promises. You can't expect the harvest of a billionaire with the thoughts of a beggar. You can't pray for overflow while feeding your mind with doubt. Your life will never rise above your beliefs. Your future is tethered to your thought patterns. So ask yourself right now, what are you feeding your mind? Every morning you wake up, you are either watering faith or feeding fear. There is no neutral ground. You're either rising or shrinking. You're either evolving or decaying. You must win the morning, because how you command your morning shapes your day, and how you shape your day molds your destiny. The enemy doesn't come for your house or your car. He comes for your peace, your purpose, your perspective. If he can get in your head, he'll keep you small. But when your mind is renewed, when your spirit is aligned, when your thoughts are elevated, nothing can stop the promise God has on your life. You see, billionaires don't think like everyone else. They're not lucky. They're not born with more. They've learned to see more. They've tuned their vision to possibility instead of problems. Their faith is practical. Their mindset is unshakable. And their focus is laser sharp. They don't complain, they create. They don't wait, they act. They don't beg, they believe. And so must you. Belief is the currency of heaven. Before there is manifestation, there is faith. Before there is fruit, there is belief. The universe doesn't respond to need. It responds to certainty. And faith is not wishing. Faith is knowing. Faith is standing when nothing around you makes sense and declaring, I was created for more. Faith is saying, I don't see it yet, but I know it's coming. Faith is walking toward the Red Sea before it parts, believing it will move the moment your feet touch the water. The law of attraction isn't magic, it's alignment. It's not about wanting, it's about becoming. You don't attract what you desire. You attract what you are. And when your thoughts, words, and actions are rooted in divine belief, heaven responds. Doors open. Ideas flow. Favor finds you. Not because you chased it, but because you matched it. God's promise isn't delayed. It's waiting on your belief to match your inheritance. He already called you wealthy. He already called you powerful. But have you agreed with him? Stop repeating the lies the world taught you. You're not enough. You don't come from money. You failed too much. These are chains, not truths. And the moment you believe differently, you begin to live differently. Clarity is power. Vision is the language of destiny. You cannot walk into wealth blindly. You must see it before you hold it. You must speak it before you touch it. God told Abraham, look as far as your eyes can see. I'll give it to you. The land wasn't new. The land didn't move. But Abraham's vision changed. And that changed everything. What do you see? Do you see debt or abundance? Do you see rejection or redirection? Do you see obstacles or opportunities? You must train your vision to see through the eyes of heaven, not the lens of pain. Because pain will lie to you. It will tell you you're stuck, that it's too late, that you've missed your shot. But God says he restores what was lost. He redeems time. He multiplies what man calls little. Write the vision. Make it plain. See your future so clearly it haunts your present. Let it wake you up in the morning. Let it push you past excuses. Your vision must be bigger than your feelings, bigger than your fears. Because where there is vision, there is provision. God doesn't send rain where there is no seed. He doesn't send harvest where there is no plan. But the moment you get clear, the moment you truly see, the heavens begin to align with your direction. You were never meant to wander aimlessly. You were born for targeted greatness. You were born for specific impact. You were born to change history. That level of calling requires clear sight and bold action. Purpose isn't found in comfort. Purpose is forged in fire. It's tested in the dark. It's shaped by struggle. Purpose is the reason your heart beats. It's the reason you were born in this generation and not another. You're not random. You're not accidental. You are strategic. And the wealth you're called to steward is tied to your assignment on earth. But here's the truth most don't want to hear. Purpose without discipline is just a dream. Destiny requires sacrifice. If you want to go from average to fortune, you must be willing to give up what average people do. Your schedule must match your vision. Your habits must match your identity. Your discipline must match your destiny. You don't rise by emotion. You rise by commitment. You don't act when you feel like it. You act because it's who you are. Discipline is saying yes when the world says relax. Discipline is saying not now when the world screams indulge. Discipline is waking up when it's cold, working when no one sees, giving when no one claps. And it's not punishment, it's preparation. God doesn't anoint the lazy. He blesses the faithful. He increases the diligent. He multiplies the prepared. And make no mistake, He sees every seed you've planted, every tear, every sacrifice, every late night, every silent prayer. It's all been counted, and it's all been recorded. Your billionaire calling isn't fiction. It's fulfillment. Action is the bridge between belief and breakthrough. Faith without works is dead, not wounded, not delayed, but dead. God doesn't need your perfection. He needs your participation. When He spoke to Moses, He didn't say, "I'll part the sea and then you walk." He said, "Stretch out your hand. You want miracles? Then move. You want overflow? Then obey. You want billionaire impact? Then initiate." It doesn't matter how slowly you build. What matters is that you start. Wealth doesn't come to the hesitant. It comes to the bold, the obedient, the consistent. Too many people are waiting on God, not realizing He's waiting on them. He already equipped you. The idea in your spirit? That's Him. The stirring in your belly? That's Him. The discomfort with mediocrity? That's Him. Shaking you out of the ordinary and into the extraordinary. Start with what you have. Start where you are. Don't despise small beginnings, because every billionaire began with a single decision: to move when it was inconvenient, to keep going when no one was clapping, to give when it didn't make sense. Action unlocks heaven's flow. You don't need perfect conditions. You need a courageous spirit. God responds to risk. He honors motion. He partners with those who dare to say, "I may not know how, but I trust who." And that's enough. That's always been enough. Gratitude is the frequency that aligns you with abundance. Not someday. Today. You cannot walk in wealth while rehearsing lack. You cannot carry favor while cursing your season. Gratitude doesn't deny reality, it transcends it. It sees the hand of God in the middle of the storm. It sees the lesson in the loss, the gold in the dirt, the blessing in the burden. You want to attract more? Then thank God for what's already in your hand. Celebrate the small win. Dance in the hallway before the door opens. Thank Him not just after the breakthrough, but before. Because when you thank Him ahead of time, you prove to the universe that you trust His promise, not just His timing. Gratitude rewires your spirit for prosperity. It tells your brain to look for possibilities, not problems. It tells your heart to rest, not panic. It's impossible to complain and grow at the same time. Gratitude is your declaration that you already walk in wealth, even if your account hasn't caught up yet. So look around. The breath in your lungs is proof He's not done. The vision in your heart is evidence of divine partnership. And the fact that you're still standing after everything that tried to break you? That's wealth in its purest form. Start there. Honor that. And the rest will multiply. The journey to divine wealth is not straight. It's not easy, but it's worth it. You will be tested. You will be stretched. You will lose people. You will outgrow spaces. That doesn't mean you're failing. It means you're evolving. You must become like water, fluid, resilient, unshakable. Adaptability is not weakness. It's wisdom. It's knowing how to shift without losing your soul. It's learning to change strategy without changing vision. The road may twist, but the promise remains. You're still headed to billionaire purpose. You're still marked by heaven, but you must bend when the wind howls, or you will break. Resilience is the silent power behind every giant. It's the quiet choice to rise again, to get back up again, to try again. The world will count you out, but God will count every tear. And when you get back up, you're not starting from scratch. You're starting from wisdom, from experience, from power forged in fire. Don't let a bad year convince you have a bad life. Don't let a temporary loss define your eternal promise. If God allowed it, it's part of the plan. Even the detour leads to destiny. Even the delay builds depth. So stop asking, why me, and start declaring, use me. That is where resilience is born. And that is where billionaires are made, not just in markets, but in mindsets. Not just in wealth, but in wisdom. Knowledge is currency. Wisdom is inheritance. Every billionaire is a learner first. They don't worship what they know. They crave what they don't. Your next level is hidden in a book you haven't read, in a mentor you haven't sought, in a room you're too afraid to enter. Learning is humility in motion. It's admitting you don't have all the answers, and that's what makes you unstoppable. God doesn't need experts. He uses students. He exalts the humble. He pours into the teachable. He multiplies the curious. The more you learn, the more you earn, not just financially, but emotionally, spiritually, eternally. You are a student of destiny, and the lessons never stop. So stop scrolling. Start studying. Stop blaming. Start building. Don't wait for permission to grow. Growth is your responsibility. No one owes you the information. No one owes you the opportunity. But the moment you show you're hungry, truly, deeply hungry, God will feed you more than you imagined. The world changes fast. You must grow faster. Stay sharp. Stay open. Stay uncomfortable. Because discomfort is the signal that you're expanding. That you're no longer fitting into old containers. That you're becoming the version of yourself that God always saw. Listen to me. This is not a dream. This is not hype. This is not fantasy. This is truth. The wealth you're destined for is already inside you. The billion you're praying for is already coded into your being. God didn't place you here to blend in. He placed you here to build, to shine, to show the world what heaven on earth looks like through the hands of a believer. You're not waiting on wealth. Wealth is waiting on you. So rise, break the chains, rewrite the story, shake the dust off your feet. And remember, when you walk in purpose, money follows. When you obey, favor floods in. When you believe, the universe aligns. When you move, heaven moves with you. You are chosen. You are equipped. You are destined. And don't let anyone tell you otherwise. You are not just a dreamer. You are a doer. You are not just a worker. You are a wealth builder. You are not just a servant. You are a kingdom investor, a steward of glory, a magnet for miracles. So claim it, speak it, move like it, because God's promise of wealth is already yours. Thank you for listening. Thank you for showing up for yourself. Thank you for believing. Your breakthrough is not coming. It's here. Keep walking, keep building, keep becoming. The world needs your light. Heaven is backing your every step.